So, Fears to Fathom Woodbury Getaway has been out for a little over a month now, and I haven't had a chance to play it, but I just did. So, here are my thoughts on it. I think it's pretty good, but I definitely don't think it's the best. I think the best one was definitely the most recent one they made. Actually, not the one before this one, where you were up in the tower and whatnot. I don't remember what it's called, but in my opinion, that's the best one. It's the most unique. It's the one that obviously sold the best and got the most amount of attention. I mean, all you saw was every TikToker or every big streamer playing the game and making reactions to playing it. It was huge, and I'm honestly kind of surprised that Rail, I think that's how you say it, but I'm very surprised that he didn't end up going more in that kind of lane where it was more big set pieces and stuff like that, because this one was a little bit more relaxed, at least in scope, in a certain sense. So in scope, it is a very big map, and it's kind of open world. You can get out of the truck and go walk around and just kind of see what's going on. You obviously can't really interact with it, and the NPC will bug you to actually drive to the destination, but everything is still located in a contained area. So they're all pretty similar, but of course they have their own little differences. The first game, you're obviously locked in that house, and then one of the other ones, you were in a motel, and then there was the Firewatch, and then now you have this one where you're locked in a house again. I'm just surprised that he didn't go for a big set piece or something bigger. I don't know. This one was just definitely a lot more predictable, and it sounds like I'm shitting on it, but I'm really not, because it was like really fun, and they were all fun, but I feel like, at least for me, I just kind of understand how they work at this point, so I don't know, maybe it's me. So this one's about 2 hours in length. They do seem to get a little bit longer each time. Actually, probably about an hour and a half in length, somewhere in that run. But I will say, it was definitely less intense throughout the entire game. It was only intense kind of towards the very end, and then when you initially go into the house. And of course, the jump scares are here. I'm not going to go through and tell you exactly where they are because I don't want to spoil the entire game. This is just kind of a quick overview and showing what I thought about it. So I am going to talk about what I did like about this game, because I do not want it to seem like I just completely hate it and only want to shit on it. So the things that I really like is the last act. And I'm not going to talk about the last act because I obviously don't want to give spoilers away. But I thought it was really good. It was another ending where it's a really tense moment. You may or may not have somebody chasing you and you have to flee and hide. It may or may not be one of those situations again. And I thought this one was really good because the story had a really good setup. You could kind of see it coming because we all know how these games play out, but it was really good. And I thought it was unique enough that I didn't think it was stupid. I thought it was totally plausible because apparently these stories are real, or at least semi-real. You know, I'm sure they have some sort of truth to it. Maybe some set pieces get added on because that's how it works. But in general, it definitely seems like this is a pretty real story. And I really like the characters this time. There's one of them that is with you for pretty much the majority of the game, up until a certain point, and then things happen. But I thought it was really entertaining. It was a good dynamic. They made the character a little annoying, but that was obviously the intention of it. I actually really liked the dialogue between it, because I don't think in the other ones that you really got somebody to stay with you for like the majority of the trip, unless I'm remembering wrong. It's pretty much been isolated, but this one, yeah, they give an NPC with you, so you're not completely alone, but of course, at some point, they take that away, and then the isolation comes, and that's when the game gets really, really good. So is this worth a buy? Is this worth $10? I would say yeah. For $10, absolutely. It helps support the creator, so they keep on making these games so we can, even get to talk about them. It fuels creativity because, again, people get to make these games, and I love these kind of games. I don't want this review to even remotely sound like I came across shitting on this game. I think the game's really good. I just don't think it was as good because the last one set up a bar that was so high. I don't know how they're going to go over it. But I do want to say I really enjoy how interactable the world is, because there is a point in the game when you have to move something in order to get somewhere, and it's somewhat apparent, but it's not insanely apparent. So I just really appreciate that there are, little gameplay additions that they're adding in. And from here, I think they should do something. I don't know why I'm thinking of it like this, but if they did something in the Pacific Northwest, on some sort of little cabin or on an island or some sort of boat. I was just thinking Far Harbor from Fallout 4 for some reason. If they did something like that, I feel like that would be really, really cool. But we'll have to see, because these games do take a while to come out. Probably makes it makes a good bit of money, but it probably takes them, 4 to 6 months, depending on how big the team is. I assume it's like one dude and maybe one or two other people who help with like music or just some of the, programming. It's probably just the one guy, but I really have no idea. So again, I would absolutely recommend this game. I don't know if I'd play it again because they're pretty short and you kind of get the gist of it. But yeah, so I'm actually going to make reviews going on for the rest of these games. So if you're interested, subscribe, check out the channel. I also stream, so I'm going to throw that in the description. And thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Peace out.